Hello, Hola, Konnichiwa, Salaam, Ciao Namaste. Peace to all. This is Soulology, the science of the soul. And what we will be talking about for today is gemstones. We're going to be doing a new series on this, of course, but we're going to start with the first gemstone we're going to talk about for today. Shungite. You might be thinking, what's Shungite? So let's go over the history. That's actually funny because that's actually what happened when I got my first Shungite, and I'll explain that in a minute. First of all, Shungite comes from what is, I believe, and forgive me if I butcher this a bit, I believe it's Karolia or Karolik, Russia, if I said that correctly. It comes from that area. It's mostly found only in Russia. Of course, it is brought to different areas across the world, but it's most likely located in Russia. Now, what is so important about this gemstone? First of all, the meaning of what it is it's a purifying type gemstone. What that gemstone simply does is it can purify the body, different toxins. It also can protect you from different electric radiation waves that are possibly harming the body. It's very good for detoxifying. Now, in my own experience, one of the stories of what happened to me personally, when I bought one of these, I bought a necklace, a lot bulkier than one of these. It was actually one of the pebble type ones. I bought one of those, and as soon as I got into my car to put it on, I had started coughing. And I don't know, at first I didn't know what came out, but what it was doing was it was literally purifying the toxins out of my body. And for the entire rest of the day, my mouth tasted something of aluminum. And it was taking everything out that was doing harm to my body. So one of the things it'll definitely do is it will eliminate those toxins. It also eliminates negative energy of any sort that harms the body. So anything such as maybe your day-to-day life, where maybe you're frustrated, you're going through things, maybe you went through a very rough day, whether it's, again, just certain radiation waves that are around you, it will take care of that and get rid of it. It is capable of getting rid of course, like the radiation poisoning, metals that are usually found in the air, because give or take where you are, there are a lot of metals that are found in the air, and you are inhaling that into the body, and that could be a problem. Now, as far as the radiation, you carry a phone with you. Some people carry laptops with them. Some people are near electronic devices. Some people drive trucks. And these all have radiations that can cause a certain type of harm to the body. What it does is it can consume that. But not only on top of that, other things, chemicals such as fluoride, which is bad for the body because it weakens the body and it makes the mind very docile. It takes that energy out of you. Now, of course, I do want people to understand, don't use this stone, in a sense, for your end-all be-all of everything. It is not the everything. You need to always take care of yourself, both mentally and physically, and of course, spiritually. As a soul, you need to be willing to take care of yourself to push who you are as a person. One stone cannot do all of that. You also have to put in a bit of work. It's just like manifestation. You can manifest something by writing it down, but if you don't push it forward, it won't come to fruition. It all works hand in hand with you to balance you out. And you can put it in water actually as well. One of the things that I've also noticed is and it's been told several times to me, is it can purify water. If you have certain water that is of course dirty or whatnot, or you're trying to clean and you're trying to find other items to keep it pure, putting this in your water could be beneficial to you in cleaning your water out and getting rid of any negative chemicals or energy within the water itself that might not be beneficial to who you are. And then, of course, the last thing I want to talk about for this is the benefits of it for the root chakra. It works especially best when you are grounding yourself. Now, before we even continue, what is grounding? Some people might ask, what is grounding? What grounding is simply, with no shoes, no socks, going into an area, maybe the best place might be a flat, grounded area, filled with dirt, where you walk around. The best times that I've heard are usually in the morning to go and ground, because what you're doing is the energy from the sun is now pulsating upward from the ground up, and that energy can be beneficial to you. Now, what the Shungite can do is it can amplify that, especially within the root chakra. And the root chakra is, of course, the basic part of who we are. It is the bottom of who you are and your energy. That being said, you have to take care of it because it's just like a plant. It's your foundation of your energy. It may be a lower one, but each one of your chakras plays a key role in who you are. And taking care of all of them is vitally important. When you are taking care of the root chakra, it can help take care of the rest and balancing them all out and allowing you to see and understand this. Do your research also on the root chakra of other ways to balance it out. But what the Shungite will do is amplify that for you while grounding. And what it does in that is simply giving security, understanding, security within self. Because some of us, we might have our own doubts about life. We might have our own doubts about where we're going. Maybe our own body, of how we look and whatnot. But it will help to secure you in your thought process to allow you to think with a clear mind. But also growth in instinct. What is your instinct? Your instinct is your gut feeling. You can think of it as the ear of the soul. When certain things you may feel might not be right, it is a feeling. Now, some of us, if not most of us, including myself, may not fully listen to that instinct very well. And of course, it is a thing that for many of us, some people, it's easy. But for many, it takes practice. Practicing understanding your instinct and growing it, and you'll feel it. It's a pinpoint feeling. You'll feel it. You'll know within yourself how it feels. That pinpoint feeling will grow. But in order to keep it growing, of course, you have to be willing to practice constantly and consistently to grow that part of you. And understanding who you are. If you're not growing that, it might take a lot more time. In fact, it might not even develop at all if you're not taking the time to grow that, to understand, because it can feel the energy of everything around it to show you how to go about things. And of course, like I was saying earlier about the root chakra, the foundation. That is the foundation of how it will balance out every core. If the root is not working, just like a tree, if the root is gone, the tree in its own essence is irrelevant. It can't do anything without its root. The root nurtures everything else to allow it to have the energy it has in the first place. Take care of the root in order to grow the entire tree. Because you have to understand, it's much more than just 7 chakras. 7 chakras is what you understand so far in the human experience. There are extreme levels beyond this. As you go tipping from the crown, going upward, there are much more. And understanding those energies of who you are will allow you to grow, see things maybe you've never seen before, experience things that are beyond what you may call terrestrial, beyond human experience. So, how's this all connect to the soul, you may ask? This connects to the soul because energy connects to energy. The gemstone has a purpose in making sure, in your experience as a human, that your energy is cleared with your body and your mind. Because you are a three-part being of body, mind, and soul. If you take care of all three, you'll most likely be good as golden. But it takes time, of course, for many, of course, to work upon that. And like I was saying earlier, you cannot fully, constantly rely on just the stone itself. It also takes you putting in the work for self to keep your body in check on top of that gemstone. So, in conclusion to all this, what the gemstone we are talking about, of course, is from Russia. The gemstone can detoxify the body in many ways, through radiation, through the metals in the air, through fluoride and different other chemicals. You can put it in your water, and it can be beneficial on cleansing the water. You can put it in, you can use it for your, you can put it in your pocket and use it for your root chakra to center it. Because what it will do is it will help to give you that security of self and stop doubting whatever you may feel inside, whether it's your goals, maybe a relationship, maybe with family or whatnot, and be a little more clear-minded on what to do. It will help grow your instincts, knowing maybe just different situations that you're going through right now and knowing what to do to prepare for that or to avoid it, to evade it. And balancing the core, because without the root you cannot balance the rest. The root is the foundation to the entirety of the chakra. There are many chakra centers, of course, below you, but they are all a part of that root of who you are. And as for the soul, in your experience, like I was saying, this is all connected to you. And what it will do is help with that purpose of balancing self and body, mind, and soul. And seeing how beautiful, how amazing, how magnificent, how divine, how creative you all are as the gods, the goddesses, and the creators within. So, to everybody out there, remember that to know thyself is to know the creator within. And have a good morning, a great afternoon, and a fantastic evening. To everybody, peace and namaste.